Welcome back, collectors. We are here with another video, and today is a review video, which is going to be really cool because it's my first proper one. And it is my buddy Tom, and he's kindly let me drive his Audi A1 35 TFSI, which is a 1.5 litre turbo, 4-cylinder with around 150 horsepower. And yeah, I really like it. It's got a sportback, looks really cool. Love the wheels, they come in the pack as well. And little side skirt extensions, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'll show you around it, talk you through some of the bits. I love the interior. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a massive fan of Audis, but I love the interior. Even down to the lights on the back and the Audi badge. It's black, the Audi badge is black, and the lights are like factory tinted, which is really cool. I love it. I'll show you around, talk you through some of the bits. We'll take it on a drive, see what it's like. My first Audi, my first proper review. I've done my car, done Annie's car. Not quite the same because I know all about the cars. This is a bit different. So I'm gonna do a top 3 things. 3 things I don't like. Because we did top 5, top 3 it shows. So now when I do reviews, I'm gonna do things I don't like, things I do like. Because creative criticism is a good thing. So yeah, let's show you around the car. Audi A1, not my personal favourite of all the Audis, but either way, this thing looks pretty nice, and it has a really aggressive stance on it for something so small. I think that arch gap needs to go, don't you? But not too bad at all. I do like the little side skirts along here. I really think they're nice. The colour, I'm not really sure what it is. Tom, do you know what colour it is? Tom's over there, ladies and gentlemen, with Annie, look. Not that anyone can see because you're that far away on the wide angle lens. It's a greeny grey. But either way, I think it looks really nice, and it matches the bronze wheels really nicely, even though they're not your typical standard bronze. They're like a slightly lighter shade, which it looks really nice. There's some big old wheels as well. I think they're 18s or 19s, but a really nice design wheel. For a standard car anyway. Not usually a fan of standard car wheels, but these are quite nice. But then Audis have always had nice style wheels. But yeah, as you can tell, it's a sportback. But Tom was telling me about the roof, because it's got, I think it's a black pack, which gives you like the black trim, the black grille, obviously you see on the front, black wing mirrors, the black side skirt extensions along here somewhere. But it's really nice. You've got your diffuser under there, which it obviously doesn't do anything, it's just for aesthetics, but it's really nice. Shall we have a look inside? Because I love the interior. When you open the door, you are greeted with some nice red illuminating lights which go all the way around the cabin, and it's very well lit as well. Grey seats, and these are comfy. I sat in it just a minute ago and they are so comfy. Now if I hop in, I love this new camera lens. I got a new lens, ladies and gentlemen. It's wide angle, 10 to 20mm zoom, and it's perfect for vlogging. It's spot on, and takes some really nice pictures as well. So while you're looking at the Audi badge, but yeah, I love the interior of this thing. Flat bottom steering wheel, so it's like an Audi A1. You can probably see behind there, you've got some flappy paddles for the 7-speed auto box, and you can also change the gearbox on here. So you flick it over or something like that when it's in D, and then you can go up and down manually, or again you can use it on the paddles. It's got sport mode, dynamic mode, which I think it like sharpens the throttle response, and I think there's something to the suspension, but I'm not quite sure. Either way, works quite well, and it does make a difference, believe it or not. This colour here, which I really like. It's here, it's on the doors here as well, in that you can actually see it better there, look. But yeah, that is the same colour as the wheels, which is a really nice touch. It's actually something I wouldn't mind doing on my car if I had some more trim that would look better. But yeah, cruise control in here. It's something so simple that you use every day, and it's probably quite overlooked. But even the design of the indicator stalks and the wiper stalk, it feels really nice. Like it's right where you would flick to obviously indicate, and it's really ergonomic. One thing I do love, it's something really simple, and it actually doesn't look like it's got a stereo, but I love it because if I spin you back round, the stereo is here. Now let me just go get the keys off Tom and I will show you. So turning on the ignition, this is your home screen. Now I love it. It's connecting to my mate Tom's car at the moment, so we'll come up with that, but we'll get rid of that. Touch screen, normal radio. I'm guessing it like pairs with your phone because you've got like phone apps, car, which you can change the settings of the car, suspension, engine, all that sort of stuff in. I don't know what the rest of it really does. Navigation, obviously, you know what that does. Telephone and media, so that's your phone and your music. And I tell you what, the sound system is amazing. Bang & Olufsen stereo, sounds amazing. If I knew how to turn it up, I would. Yeah, sounds really nice. But on the look side of inside of the car, the biggest thing that I love about this car, interior wise, not only is it the little accents on the dash and the doors all the way around the car, it is the dials, your driving dials, your rev counter and your speedo. I think it's amazing. I love it. I will show you and then I'll sort of talk you through it. So here is your dials. You have a digital screen, as you can tell it's pulsing, so it's LED I think. But yeah, digital gauges, but in an analog form. I love it. But over here you have your speed, which is in analog and digital, and then obviously your drive modes. It's in park at the moment, but as soon as you change it to like drive, when you flick the paddles and stuff, it goes into manual mode and then it goes back to normal auto mode, and then you can go in and change the your drive select, so like efficiency or dynamic or whatever you want to call it, and it will come up here, so you know what mode you're in all the time. Your coolant temperature, ideal, range, everything is spot on. I love it. It's a really nice ergonomic looking car and it works really well. Just the way everything's laid out. The only thing I've just spotted is Tom's 12-volt socket is wonky, and that's really annoying me. So there we go, that's much better. I think it's a really nice car, and I'm not even an Audi fan. Not even an Audi fan, but I love it. The only thing I do find a bit weird is the cruise control is down here, not on the steering wheel. But if you've got too many buttons on the steering wheel, because obviously it is quite a small steering wheel anyway, like chunky, it's not a very chunky steering wheel in the centre. So that's obviously why they've moved it to down here, which is fine, it works. But for someone who's a bit like anal about that sort of stuff and how everything works. Personally, it's not how I would like. But let's get on to 3 things I do like and 3 things I don't like about this car. Number 1 on my don't list, I'm going to start with a don't list. I don't like how small the aperture of the window is. It's not really enough. Obviously you've got aircon, so you don't really need to open the window. But when you do open the window, like I did it earlier, I whacked my head because the aperture isn't big enough. But it's not really anything to worry about. Moving around the other side of the car, number 2 thing I don't like on this car is not the wheels, if that's what you're wondering. I don't like how tiny the brakes are. Look at it. They're like 10-inch. They're tiny little things. Obviously, your stopping power comes from the front, but it just doesn't look good. They are tiny. But it's one of those things. As long as they do the job, it's fine. But from a looks point of view, they don't look good at all. On to the number 3. Number 3. Obviously, this car's got the black pack, which you'd think would block out that. Now that is for the lane assist, radar guided cruise control, I think. Either way, it sort of ruins the front of the car. I know it's for a purpose, but from a looks point of view, I don't think it's in the right place. It would have been better to go sort of there or there, but it works, so that's all that matters really. But I'm not a massive fan of where it is. Other than that, we'll move on to things I do like about the car. I love the black pack. I love the black pack. Now, the only thing I'm not keen on with the black pack is the fact that these vents don't actually do anything. They're there for show. But either way, they still look quite good. Oh, that one doesn't do nothing either. But either way, they still look quite good, and it does make the car look a lot menacing. It actually makes the green of the grey-green pop more, which is a really good thing, because it's not a proper shiny colour like a nice light blue or a white or something like that. So like the black helps the colour pop, but the colour does work well with the wheels. Now, moving on to number 2, things I do like. Now, you probably already guessed, but I love the interior. Just look at that. When you turn it on, all the lights come on. I think it's cool, and I love the flat bottom steering wheel as well. It just feels like more of a race car, but yes, I love it. That's number 2. Number 3, I'm going to go for the rear lights. Now, it's very hard to see from here, but if I get in nice and close, it's a bit wet because it's been chucking it down all day, but you can see all the angle of the light and everything like that. Let me swing you around. Now, not being a man of Audis, you don't really notice it when you go along the road, but honestly, it looks like an upside down headlight, and you could see that on the front, but I think they look really good. And the way they come up here and then go into the boot aperture for the number plate lights looks really good. Now, you can actually see it better from that angle. Look, there you go. That's why I like it. It's just different. It's not your typical just flat light, which is really good. Tom has very kindly given me the keys, so we are going to take it for a drive, and I'm quite excited, to be honest. Never driven an Audi, never driven an A1, not really driven a small car since like my first car, so it's going to be a bit of a different thing, even though, to be fair, for a small car it is quite large. But yeah, I'll take it for a spin, see how it goes. Now, I will say one thing, because this is my first review with my new lens, and I love it. I think it's really good. It makes filming a lot easier, and you can see me better on the vlogs as well. I'm not like zoomed in and cutting off half my head and all that sort of stuff, which is really good. But anyway, enough of that. We are going to take this car for a spin and see how it goes, because Tom tells me the 1.5 turbo is very nippy, even though he's gone from an FN2 Type R down to this, which is a bit of a step down, but obviously it's more modern, so it's probably like the same. I don't know. I think the 0 to 60 time is about 7 seconds, 7, 8 seconds, something like that, which for a small car is quite good, but it only weighs 1100 kilos, so that is probably why. I can't remember if I've given any specs, but either way, 150 horsepower, thereabouts, turbo, 1.5, 4-cylinder, 55 to the gallon average. I mean, Tom isn't getting that, but he does a lot of short trips, so it's different. I'm on trusty Google, because I don't really know anything about the car, to be fair, because I've literally just got here and then done it, sort of thing. But yeah, 137 mile an hour top speed, not the fastest thing in the world, but perfectly fine. About 500 miles to a tank, which is really good, but of course, small engine. Peak power is 6,000 RPM, at 147 horsepower. Do you want to know about the compression ratio? I probably think not, but it's a 7-speed automatic gearbox. I think it's a torque converter as well, which would explain why Tom keeps saying it's really smooth, but we're going to go try that in a minute. 5 doors, 5 seats, so it is a good all-round sort of family car. I actually haven't looked in the boot to see if it's very spacious or not. But, I mean, apart from Tom Sainsbury's bag, it's not that big. I was expecting bigger, to be fair. I expected it to be a bit deeper. But I don't expect it's got a spare in it, so it's probably storage underneath. But being that it's my car, I'm not going to mess around with it. Right, let's go and take this for a drive. See how we get on. We're going to do a bit of country roads, we're going to do a bit of motorway, or dual carriageway, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to do some town driving, because Tom says the steering was really light, so I want to try that out. But yeah, right, onwards. So we just hopped in Tom's Audi A1, and first impressions are quite good. I actually quite like it, I'm not going to lie. It's very smooth, it feels really tight, but of course the car is basically brand new. But steering position, really nice. I love the knobbles on the steering wheel, and the flappy paddles are really cool as well. Nice addition. Even though the engine's so quiet, you can't actually hear the engine change down gears. But I haven't put my foot down yet or anything, because today is a horrible Saturday. It's just been raining all day, so I don't want to. See, it's my mate's car, so I'm not going to risk anything, unless of course he's sat in the back, so if he tells me to put my foot down, I'm going to put my foot down. Is that right, Tom? Yeah. But yeah, so we've got Annie in the car today. She's helping me do some filming. Got Tom in the back, so he wanted to come along for a bit of a spin, and I think get my opinion on the car, because obviously I've never driven one of these before, and this is like a first proper review, I suppose, really, like of someone else. It's not just my own car. So hopefully this leads to a few more. So quiet in it. Really, it feels really refined, which is what you want, really. But the interior is lovely. I love the interior. The center console next to the gear select, because this is a 7-speed auto. It's the same color as the wheels outside, which is a nice touch as well. I love bits that match different parts of the car, because it looks so much nicer. Really nice. It's just sport mode. On the auto gearbox, which I've just put it in by accident because I didn't know what I was doing. I've only just hopped in it, so I don't really know what I'm doing. Heated seats, I must admit, are a really nice touch. I've learned something now. I know how to get it into a drive select now. It's very complicated. I'm used to old cars. The steering wheel, it feels like something out of an Audi A1, to be personally honest. Flat bottom steering wheel with some nice controls on it as well. Not too many, which is nice, because I mean my car's got the same amount on it, and for an old car that's pretty good, but a lot of new cars are coming out with more buttons on, and if you ask me, it's just a distraction. But no, I like it inside. It's really nice. The gear change is seamless as well. Really nice. 7-speed auto gearbox, flappy paddles, sport mode, dynamic mode, efficiency mode, and your normal auto mode. What do you get to the gallon out of it, Tom? About 50?
55, yeah.
55, that's pretty good, to be fair. That's pretty good on fuel. The biggest thing for me on the external side is it looks quite mean for like a standard car. There's a lot of standard cars that aren't like, especially Audis, that aren't like an S or anything like that, like an Audi S3, 4, whatever you want to call them. They don't necessarily look very aggressive or menacing. It's a shame, really, because the RS4s and stuff like that, they look really good. But this, obviously being a sportback, it does look quite aggressive, and the wheels match it, and I actually like the colour. I've never seen one in this colour. I've never seen one of these in general. So we have done a bit of country lanes, which I think the car was really good on, and we've done a bit of dual carriageway, which we didn't film because we didn't realise it stopped filming. But yes, we just come into the town, so we're going to do a bit of town driving and see what it's like. I think it's going to be spot on, because when I first got in the car sort of half hour ago, I thought the steering was unreal. Like, you could turn it with your finger. It was ridiculous. I've never been in a car with steering this light before. So in town, it should perform A1. Get it?
In Eco, it's called cylinder on demand.
Oh right, okay.
So it shuts down 2 cylinders.
Right, so we're going to have a play, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go into drive select, because I know how to do that now, and we're going to put it in efficiency mode.
So if you take your foot off the accelerator, see, the engine like kind of turns off. So look in the E, look at it's in 5th gear, put your foot off the accelerator. So now it's E. So it's actually idling.
Sweet. Ah, it saves a bit of fuel. Oh, it's just gone up. The fuel has just gone up now. We've got 42.7 to the gallon, not 41.8 or whatever it was. So that clearly works. I'm interested to see what the throttle response is and stuff like that on this now, because it's effectively I forgot to traffic lights. It's effectively coasting because the engine is like shut down basically. But brakes feel nice as well, don't they? Brakes feel really, really sharp. For such a small car, it does feel like it's very spacious.
It is bigger than the old A1.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And it's got stop-start technology on it, which my car has, to be fair, because you turn the key. Oh, that gear, I tell you what, that gear change up in efficiency mode is a lot smoother than in just standard auto, I think. That's incredibly smooth. I'm very, very surprised. I didn't actually realise it was changing up. I looked down and I see the numbers all changing. I was like, oh, that's a bit different. And it's doing it like less than 2,000 RPM as well, which is surprising. You'd think a smaller engine would have to rev more, because obviously, to get the power sort of thing. But I suppose being a turbo, it doesn't need that. The steering, as you go faster, I didn't actually know this. So for all you people who are looking at me and going, oh, you don't know nothing, I didn't know anything about this before I started driving it. But the steering gets firmer the faster you go, which is quite a nice touch, because I thought, when I felt the steering being so light at first, I thought it was going to be really, really twitchy, which is not good. You don't want that when you don't want twitchy steering at like 80, 90 mile an hour. Not that you're going to drive that quick, obviously. It's so quiet. I can't get over how quiet it is. Like, there's no engine noise or anything unless you really, really nail it. Going from, I think we had it in dynamic mode for a bit, didn't we? Even going from dynamic to just standard just efficiency mode, it's like the gearbox characteristics have changed.
Yeah.
Which is...
It's the algorithms in the software.
Tom, it's a Saturday. You don't want to get nerdy on a Saturday. Well, you've now watched my review of Tom's Audi A1, and by now you're probably wondering, where's the rest of the car footage? I have a bit of a confession to make. As we filmed it the other way around, the actual driving come first, and then the bit in the multi-story you see at the start came second. So it was a bit mix up, and I forgot to do an ending. So this is your ending. As you can see, I'm edited it now. So this is your ending. So I guess thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video. I do apologise. It doesn't always happen, but one thing I will show you. If I just grab the camera off Annie, because she's filming. Now, there you go, editing. And not only have I got 6 Star Wars mode, but in the back here is a picture of my car from Forge Action Day that Annie got me. I think it looks mad. From NTM Automotive. If you were on track, there's 99% chance that a picture has been taken of your car, whether it be from NTM Automotive, Circuit Photos, or Black Flag Photography. I think the other one is from Wales. They've all got Instagram pages and Facebook pages, so go check them out. But I love that picture, it's sick. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe, because Annie just reminded me to do that, because I always forget. And yeah, join us in the next video, where I think we're finally going to be custom fabricating Annie's intake for a car. So join us then, and we'll see you later. Raw Collective out.